it's an interesting matchup for a few reasons. You got Gaethje, who's ultra durable. I worry that the way he shells and covers is going to leave him susceptible to the elbows up the middle. Like Tony does this weird thing where he's not like Tony doesn't like upward slash with his elbow. He almost like just frames his arm and just like crashes in with it. So it's just like a blunt chop. You know what I mean? And the way Gaethje shells, I could see a big forehead cut or something. But Gaethje's got the leg kicks, and I mean I don't know. It's just Tony has this thing where every fight he gets hit really hard in the first round. If these last few fights, maybe not the Cowboy fight, but a lot of these fights he's had where he just gets clocked hard in the first. I mean, and Gaethje's a finisher. You know what I mean? That guy finishes fights. If he gets you hurt, there's no way out type of thing. So there's a lot of variables. You know what I mean? I think that if you asked me this question and the fight was this weekend, I would be 100% all in for Tony because he's had the preparation. I mean, if you're going to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov, you better have had the best training camp of your life because that's the hardest fight to train for is Khabib. There's no harder, that's going to be the hardest camp of your life for what you're going to have to do. So, Tony's going to be well prepared, but I mean, you give Gaethje, if you give him another month, which, he basically got another 3 weeks, another 4 weeks, it kind of changes the dynamic of the fight. It's hard for me to pick. I'll probably pick whoever's the underdog just for betting purposes. So,
okay, I like that. Now, what about Cruz and Cejudo?
Can't count out Dom. I mean, you just can't. Dom's the type of guy. I mean, Henry's more than likely Henry's going to win, but you can't count out Dom. He was a dominant champion for a long time. Yeah, injuries have plagued him, but just like I was saying earlier, when somebody's a veteran and they've been in the sport a long time and they're able to, he's had a lot of injuries, but he obviously he's healthy now. He has rebuilt his body. He knows how to train. I know why Dominic gets injured all the time is because he trains like a psychopath. Because he is a fucking psychopath. Dom's fucking nuts. Yeah. I spent 3 months around the guy. He's a lunatic. We'll see. I mean, more than likely Henry's going to win, but Dominic has a way in the way that he moves, in the way that he fights, that he can win rounds. You know what I mean? If there's a finish, it's 100% Henry. If it goes to a decision, there is a good chance that Dominic can win that fight. I mean, when you look at I think Garbrandt was probably the toughest matchup for Dom because Garbrandt's if you want to beat Dominick Cruz, and I know I'm dragging this exit out, I'm sorry, but my analyst brain is starting to work.
You're good. I'm trying to send you back to your life. You could stay as long as you want. Yeah.
If you want to beat Dominick Cruz, you have to make him lead the dance. 100%. You got to make him lead. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys out there. There's a lot of guys out there that I study in my division that you got to lead. You make them lead. You know what I mean? That's what Cody did best is he made Dominic lead that fight, and he actually countered. He's faster than Dominic. He's in my opinion, he's got better wrestling. Cody's the nightmare matchup for a guy like Dominic, and I know that Dominic, that was his third fight in a year. His plantar fasciitis was bad. I mean, his feet were bad. There's things I learned about his injuries that he had that the public probably doesn't know, so it's not my place to say. That guy probably shouldn't even have been fighting. So I think his body's preserved. His injuries are healed. I think he's going to give Henry a hell of a fight.
Yeah. Dom has actually, so I love Cejudo. Big fan. He's been on the show. We're good friends with Eric Albarracin. But Dom was always like my favorite fighter. You know what I mean? I like the way he talks trash to people. I liked his fighting style. I liked getting hitting somebody and not getting hit, not taking damage. You know what I mean? Always been a big Dominick Cruz fan. So that's going to be a tough one for me to pick. But he hasn't fought in 3 years.
Yeah.
So... But now this quarantine opened it up for him.
Yeah, but he doesn't believe in ring rust. And ring rust is a mental thing. And this goes back to what we were saying earlier about knowing how to fight. Dom knows how to fight. Dom knows what he's good at. Dom's been in a lot of championship fights. So I don't think it'll be ring rust. I think it'll be ring rest. You know what I mean? I think he'll be rested. I think he'll be good to go.